My name is Kirillo Alexandrov. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I was living in Kherson, Ukraine, right north of Crimea. Being an American in Ukraine at this point was dangerous. I wanted to leave, but we couldn't. Everything was getting bombed. Cars were being droned. Anything leaving villages was being droned. I had contacted the State Department and they couldn't do anything. They said try to get to the Polish border. I was arrested April 2nd in Kherson in my house. I was in the shower and I saw a green arm with a white armband, and I knew at that point who and what it was. I knew it was the Russians. They had me on the ground, boot to the back of my neck, AK to the back of my head. They charged me with espionage. I'm a lot of things in life, but a spy is not one of them. Just treated horribly by them. Nails in the food, beatings, mock executions. They would tie me up and beat me and throw me on the ground. Heard the gun rack. They put it at the back of my head. They said, "You better start telling the truth." They pulled the trigger and the bullet went past my head. They told me I was going to die. They had a little mock trial, and they had said, "We don't need much more of an investigation to put you to death." Bryan, first and foremost, is the bravest human being I've ever met.
Bryan Stern behind Gray Bull Rescue. He's the chairman and founder of Gray Bull Rescue.
Their mission to save lives in global war zones.
Your specialty is rescues in disaster and conflict zones.
My mother saw Bryan on TV in Afghanistan and then in Ukraine. My mother's the most important person to me. And she knows me better than I know me, so I trusted her word. She said, "Oh, he can get you out, he can get you out." He discovered ways to talk to me while I was in captivity. I had told him, "Hey, there's so many Russians here. How can this work?" And he verbatim said, "Bro, don't worry about it." I think there was a lot of skepticism in trusting him because I'd never met Bryan, but I do think that it was like my last hope. It was either stay here and die or try and leave and die. One or the other.
From the Russian perspective, Kirillo is an escaped fugitive. He wasn't released. We took him.
Bryan flew my mother out to Poland. She stuck it out and waited 37 days. She would have waited 600 days. We met in Poland, right at the Polish-Ukrainian border. That was the moment I actually came back to life.
Kirillo Alexandrov back on U.S. soil, arriving along with the man who rescued him.
I have a very hard time leaving people behind. It's against my grain.
As the world has witnessed the horrors of Russia's brutal invasion of Ukraine, so has the United States Department of Justice. That is why the Justice Department has filed the first ever charges under the U.S. War Crimes Statute against 4 Russia-affiliated military personnel for heinous crimes against an American citizen.
Not a single person in the world has ever been indicted by the Department of Justice for torture against an American until now. That's a great thing that finally happened.
I think often people look at me a bit differently now, but I'm still the same person, and I think I'm a better person now. I hope that I am. I'm at least striving to be a better person. I don't want to say it's my duty in life, but I think I do have some sort of obligation to help others. Given what I went through and was given a second chance in life. Well, we need Gray Bull because there's no shortage of disasters occurring, whether it be domestic or worldwide. 7,000 plus people later can attest to that Bryan and his team are needed. So I always tell people, as difficult as my case must have been, if you get stuck on the moon, he'll get you out. He has a lot more to offer the world than me, but I think we were supposed to meet for some reason, whether it be these horrendous consequences or whatever it may be. I sometimes think we were supposed to meet.